Welcome back, boardwalkers, to our 100 Days Tiny Bird paintings. We've got the watercolors, the ink, and the Pitt Pastel Pencils set up for this painting today. And today's bird is going to be day 30. We've made it a month of painting birds. Day 30 is going to be our great horned owl. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this painting with dipping my brush into our Payne's Gray mix of ultramarine and burnt sienna. And I want a really watery wash. I want to just hit this bottom half of the bird with a really light wash. I'm finding out, and I'm learning, many of you may have known this already with doing watercolor if you're more advanced, and that an underwash works really nice on these. So go in here, we'll do a light wash on this painting. Get everything set in here with some values. And I'm also going to go in here on our tree and get that in here real quick while we're at it. And I just want to put some real quick dry brush in there. Then go into my burnt sienna and add that in there too. And we're going to let that mix on the page. Try to get up here on this, around our feet. Want to be careful getting around our feet here. I have a habit of messing up when I go in there real quick, hurriedly like. All right, let's see if we can bring that wash out just a bit more. All right, I like the texture on that. I like how this line is looking right in here. Okay, now I want to go in with just a hair bit of yellow around his eyes, on here and down his nose a little bit. And then on his feet. His feet are kind of like a burnt sienna. And because we got that tree in there, that's going to wash that out. But that's okay. We can go back in with our Pitt pastel in a minute here. All right. And I want to get in here with this black on the eye, if I can. All right. And let's go in with our yellow Pitt pastel. We're going to go in here and just put in some light shades of yellow down across our bird. We just want to add a little bit of variation in our brown and that. We're going to reinforce this yellow on our eye and our beak. Now I want to go in with my Pitt Pastel Brown. And in our Pitt Pastel Brown, I'm going to hit these spots and do our jagged lines through here. to give our feather texture. He's pretty dark, and he's pretty patterned with spots, kind of like across the front. So if we just follow these pencil lines that I drew in here, and they don't have to be completely straight, they don't have to be all in a row, and then we're going to go up this wing over here. We're going to go down this side over here for our wing over here. And I just want to do a little bit of shading right across there. And put in some of this, put in some of these little dots. Just fill them in. So we're going with some pattern here, kinda. And then I want to do these ears. And I kind of want to just tuft them a little bit, because that's the prominent feature on our horned owl, is his fuzzy tufted ears. So get that in there. We'll get this brow in here and his face. Get the coloring on that in there. And I just want to get that going. Now that gray that we put in there is not looking very gray, and that's okay, because what I wanted that to do is I wanted that to look more like an off-white for our bird. That's the back of his tail there. Now I'm going to go in with this. I went in with the lemon yellow. Now I'm going in with like a dark cadmium, the cadmium yellow pencil. And I just want to hit some of these spots. I don't want to hit all of the spots. I want to add some golden color in here and make it look like a golden brown, kind of. So I'm just hitting some of the spots to blend it in and bring in some warmer color to it. Now we need our black Pitt pencil, because I got to get those eyes in. Got to get those irises in. And I probably need to do a little definition on this head of where his chin is in here. And just tap it. Don't make a continuous line. And then just add a little bit of spots in here on this white, so that it's not all white. And we can kind of fill in some of these spaces to make his coat or his feathers a little more darker in spots. And fill in some spaces. He's got a little bit of white on him. So we're just going to kind of randomly put some things in. And that. Now he's got the white rings around his eyes a bit. So I'm going to define those a little bit. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and go in here with this Pitt pencil. And not the Pitt pencil, I'm sorry. I want to go in with my fountain pen and darken up some of these on his eyes. So his eyes look a little more rounder. And that outline that beak. And then get in here and outline these feet so we can see those with the claws and the talons and that, and maybe fix this wing a hair bit and define this wing over here on this other side a little bit, and that, and put those talons in, make them look a little bit different. And then we're going to add just a hair bit of texture on this tree. I'm going to add a little something for our background here. And I don't know about you guys, but I think this is it. This is our great horned owl for the day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these 100-day bird paintings. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Goodbye for now, boardwalkers.